We appreciate you being here. Congratulations to the Ravens, to the players, to the coaches, to the fans. The Ravens are the AFC North Champs, and we're very proud of that. That's a great accomplishment. It's a great division, and it's our first goal. It's not our top goal, but it's our first goal. So we're proud of that. That's done. We'll move on, and we'll get to work. So we've got to get better. Jets played a good game. I felt like came out and played really hard. Kept playing right to the end. It's a testament to their coaching staff and to their players. Made some plays against us. So we're real happy with the victory. It'll be very good for us to get some time, to get rested up and to get healthy. And then we'll be back against our two tough division foes in the next 2 weeks. And we need to play better football. So that's what we'll be shooting to do. All right, what do you have? Okay, no questions. That's a first.
That's easy. Anything left to possibly say about Lamar and based on your team?
No, I'll leave that to you guys. You know, I think his performance speaks for itself. I thought our guys played well, made some plays. We had some critical plays in the passing game. You know, Marquise getting his feet down in the back of the end zone were awesome. Seth, you know, making the conversion on the third down, that was huge. The third and long, you know, plays like that. I just feel like guys are making plays. Lamar's definitely the leader there. You know, he's the catalyst. But those guys are making plays together, and it's what you need to do to win.
John, how important a team has it been? You guys have sort of had the turnover differential advantage week after week this season. I mean, when you look at the whole season, how important has that been?
Well, the turnover is the number one. Turnover differential is the number one stat that is, you know, I think affects winning and losing. We always feel that way, and we had a goal for a really high number this year. We aren't really there where we wanted to be, but we're pretty darn good. And I think our defense has done a great job. Offensively, we've really protected the ball well the last number of weeks. Yeah, that's big. We keep doing a good job of that.
John, what were they doing on special teams to get as many yards as they did?
Yeah, we just got to get better. They were basically blocking us. You know, they blocked our guys on the kickoff return. They did a great job with it. You know, they ran a little pick stunt on the block punt that we should have picked up with no problem, and we didn't. That's an issue for us. We played really well on special teams last week. We played not well at all this week. So that's an area of concern right now. I give them credit. They played really well, but we didn't.
John, with the 5 touchdown passes, a lot of them came, you know, not in red zone, but close to it. Is there something about when Lamar in throwing in that he can make those tougher throws?
You mean red zone type
yes.
throws or high red zone throws or those kind of areas? Yeah, he's good at that. You know, it's I think the protection's been really good. Some of those routes in that score area, whatever you want to call it, the big red area, sometimes it's in the 20 to 35 range, are longer developing routes. You know, they're touchdown, check down routes are usually top down reads. You get zone coverages sometimes, and that's what we got today a couple times. And it takes some of those routes time to develop because they're deep zone beaters, and you have to have great protection. Lamar is really patient. He hangs in there. He trusts his protection. I think he also trusts his ability to get away if the protection breaks down. That's probably not the second part of it. And he's really an accurate thrower in that range. You know, he just does a great job. And our guys have made some catches too. So all those things.
John, the drive before he threw the touchdown pass to Marquise, I think it was like a third straight punt, and Lamar came to the sideline and he looked pretty agitated, demonstrative. How do you notice his teammates respond to his fire?
Oh yeah, Aaron, they do. They respond great to it. You know, Lamar's a competitor. You know, and he wasn't mad at anybody. You know, he was just like he was upset with the fact that we weren't extending drives. We weren't getting the job done. We can be better. That's exactly what he said. You know, we got to convert. We got to convert. We're better than that. And they respect him and they respond to it great. I mean, you love the fire and the competitiveness, and he wants to be great on every single series. And that's just, I think it reflects all their attitude about it, right? So I think they appreciate it.
What was the one that fourth down and one, on your own 29? It looked like he was motioning the punt team.
Well, just for the record, we were already going for it there, okay? But he was motioning to me like, you know, keep the punt team off. But I went like I am, all right, you know, okay?
I know that the record for the quarterback rushing record, breaking Vic's record has been coming. Just now that it's broken, I mean, what can you say about Lamar breaking that record, where that puts him among the all-time, rushing quarterbacks in this game's history?
It puts him at the top of the all-time rushing quarterbacks for one season because he has the record, right? I don't know. It's I don't think I care really. I mean, I think Michael Vick is great. You know, I've met him a couple times. He's a wonderful guy, and I love how he supported Lamar. You know, that's been the best part of it, how he has been in Lamar's corner from day one, you know, and it just really says a lot about our sport, you know, and about these guys. But it's something that I'm sure Lamar, as he says, he'll look back on someday fondly, but right now he's got other things to, you know, think about.
Did the ref not see Anger declare himself eligible? What happened on that touchdown?
Yeah, he definitely didn't see it, and he and our guy definitely felt like he declared himself. So there was a miscommunication there, I guess you could say. When you ask him in there, he'll tell you forcefully that he did report.
Is it significant to you at all that Lamar was so accurate in 30-degree weather?
I know, Peter, that's like your big thing, you know. It's like
He's a Californian.
and now it's going
He
to.
had brought it up,
Well, I mean,
brought up both times, you know, that was a factor before the last two games and then kind of conditions.
Didn't we have cold weather games last year? A couple cold weather games, you know, not just the Chargers game, but weren't there some other ones?
Colder in Kansas City last year than today.
Colder in Kansas City last year than today. So, I don't think it's a big deal. You know, I do think that the wind was a factor, and the rain was a factor, and those are, but they were factors for both teams in both those games. You know, so, but the cold, I really don't think that's a factor.
John, you often preach about how challenging it is to win week to week in this league. How would you describe, I guess, the degree of difficulty of winning 10 straight games and being 12-2 at this point?
I'm sure there's some analytics on that could give us the numbers on that, but it's hard. You know, it's hard to win a game in this league. You know, everybody you play puts everything into it, and you know, you stand on that sideline. It's a real blessing to be able to stand on the sideline and, you know, all these years and see these guys play and see how hard they play, how fast they are, how big they are, how well trained they are. You know, and they go at it, man. They go at it. So to win a game is big. To be able to stack this number of wins is remarkable, you know. And yet you get to this point, and the next one becomes the most important one, right? And that's just the way it works. And we tell our guys all the time, the last one doesn't mean anything unless you win the next one. And then once you start stacking wins, the next one means more than the last one, you know, because they become more meaningful. They reward you more, you know, at this stage. So we need to take that into account. We need to come back to work next week. And we need to be everything we do needs to be at championship level, because that's what we're chasing.
John, with Ronnie out, how do you feel James Hurst played tonight?
I felt like he played well. I'm looking forward to seeing the tape on James, but it felt like he played well. Didn't see any problems, which is, you know, good for an offensive lineman. So you probably had a better view than I did. Did you think he did all right?
Didn't seem to make any mistakes.
Yeah, looked pretty good. So I thought the whole offensive line played really well. I thought the whole team played well. You know, there were certainly things we could have done better, you know, especially on special teams. But even defensively, we're going to look at that tape, and we're not going to love everything we see. And we've got to take those things and go to work on them.
John, it's late in the fourth quarter there, and you're trying to decide when to take Lamar out. What goes into that kind of decision? And as you get closer to the playoffs, do you have to think about being more cautious?
Yeah, it was not an easy decision right there. You know, we have probably the biggest thing is we have so much confidence in Robert. It makes you feel really good about doing it. So if it's gray right now, we've been taking him out, you know, and I don't know that too many teams do that. If you look around the league, you look historically, most teams keep their quarterback in right to the end, and we've kind of changed that a little bit. We've done differently than most teams have. We've taken him out, and I think it's been good, and I also think it speaks well to our backup, Robert Griffin.
John, with Mark Ingram, even when a play maybe doesn't break open, do you feel like he consistently just gets the most he can out of every situation?
I totally think that. I mean, I tell you, there's times when I think Mark Ingram is stopped, and then all of a sudden he gets 5 more yards or more. You know, he always makes the most of every single run. He slipped one time coming out to the right, got back up and got 3 or 4 yards. I mean, how does he do that? So, yeah, I think that's a great point.
John, did you get out of this game healthy, and how do you plan with the schedule with, you know, the Thursday game? How do you plan to handle that going forward?
We're going to take advantage of it this late in the year. We're going to give the guys off till next Tuesday. We won't practice until next Wednesday. So we're going to try to take full advantage of it recovery-wise, both emotionally, you know, and also physically, and try to heal up and be at full strength against the Browns next week.
John, this is your 4th AFC North Division clinch. How does this team differ from those in the past?
No comparisons, you know, really. I mean, until you do something, those other teams, some did more. A lot of those teams, 2 of those teams won some playoff games, and one of them won a Super Bowl. So until we do that, we don't compare, you know. That's really it.
John, you can, I know you focus on your team, but one Sunday if a couple other teams lose, you can clinch a couple more things.
Yeah.
How much do you watch?
Oh, yeah.
On the other,
Yeah. I'll have a rooting interest, not a betting interest. Let's make that clear. Close it on that?
There you go.
All right, thanks.